Good morning, scholars. This is Keith Hammond, and I want to talk to you briefly about how to use the Class Wiki. The Class Wiki is very important to you in our writing course. It's where all your assignments are kept. It's where the schedule and calendar are, and a lot of the resources that you're going to use to navigate your way through this class this term. So it's really important that you know how to access it and to use it. We'll start here on the home page of the MGA Brightspace portal. On the home page, click on Course Content, and you'll find Class Wiki. And that takes you to a little page that tries to explain what the Class Wiki is all about, and that has a link to the wiki. I'll let you read this on your own. Let's go to the Class Wiki. Here we are. This is the landing page. It's the only thing on the Home tab, and that just lets you know that you're in the correct web space. The most important tab is Workshops. This is where all of your assignments are broken into 8 weeks. Why 8 weeks? Well, because there's 8 weeks in this second session term. That's why. I'm going to look at resources and blogs first, and we'll come back to workshops later because that's where most of resources should be obvious, and reading in our Little Seagull handbook. Now, I only give you the first reading. It's illegal for me to copy and paste the entire textbook for you and put it on the web. You need to get your own copy. Reading section right here, okay? And you can read these two as well right on the wiki. They'll pop up and you can read whatever the assignment is for that week. You can also download the textbook. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and it will download a PDF to your device. I recommend that you download it to a desktop, a laptop, or a tablet rather than to your smartphone. Blogs. This is where I will list all of the blogs that you guys are writing this term. Each of you has to create a class blog, and you'll write in it weekly. And you will read the class blogs of your fellow students, and you'll leave comments, and we'll go over that later. You'll see that there's also a link to my class blog, and I write kind of long. I expect you to read it and to comment on it weekly. So that's the resources and the blogs tab. The big tab is workshops. And if you click on the word workshops, you get an explanation for how the different weeks will work. It's a tongue twister. And you'll see that there's a calendar that lists all the things that are due and when they're due. Notice that this yellow is the current date. So you can always tell where you are, and you can see what's coming up for the month. The important thing is the various weeks. Each week starts usually on a Sunday. Now, this first week we start on Wednesday because, well, that's when classes start. And you'll see that the date is listed here, and then there are assignments for each particular day. And this first week, we have something Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we hit the ground running in this class. On Wednesday, you are supposed to have replied to my email in Brightspace portal. You should also send me a Gmail. Most of you have already done that. And then you should watch an introductory lecture in YouTube. Click on the link, it takes you to YouTube, and off it goes. And there's me again. Okay, enough of that. You can watch it yourself. Then on Thursday, there are things to do here, Friday here, and Saturday here. On each workshop, there's an assessment at the bottom. You should do the assessment. You should put in your full name, just like this. I give you an example. Hammond Keith. I ask you to start with your last name because it automatically alphabetizes everything. You should know what your class section is, 110152. You answer each question. I'm just going to pick the first one. These aren't necessarily correct. And ask you again, and then go here, and I have blah, blah, blah. Once you've answered all the questions, and you must answer them all, don't use blah, 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 by the way. Give me a serious answer. And you click submit, and you will get a response from Google. Your response has been sent to Professor Hammond. Thanks for the work. And you can view your score if you want to. I got 3 out of 10. Not so good. All right. Suggesting to me that I didn't read the assignments. I just answered the questions. By the way, if you just do the assessment, I will give you 100. But if I see too many of these, I'm going to start suspecting that you really aren't reading the material. Guys, you don't want me to lose faith in you. You want me to believe that you are showing up and doing the work. And if you do, if you show up and do the work, I will make sure that you get a good grade. Now, starting with week 2, and that's this coming Sunday, you'll see that every workshop begins on a Sunday and ends on a Saturday. And there are things for you to do. And they must all be done by the date mentioned here. Now, you can do your assignments early, but you can't do them late. If you do them early or on time, you get 100. If you do them late, you get a 0. So there it is, 100, 0. Show up and do the work on time, and you cannot fail this class. Don't show up, don't do the work on time, and you probably can't pass this class. Okay? We only have 8 weeks, so gear yourself to showing up and doing the work when you're supposed to. Now, you're all adults. You have other obligations. I understand that. If you have something coming up and you know that you can't do some work on time, you need to contact me. You all have my Gmail. You all have Brightspace mail. You're going to use Google Chat to get in touch with me. There is absolutely no reason for you not to get in touch with me and let me know that something's up, your schedule's gotten disrupted for whatever reason. Just communicate with me. If I don't hear from you, I assume you just didn't do the work. And that's a fair assumption. You would assume the same of me. Okay? So, if something comes up and you need to rearrange the schedule a little bit, let me know, okay? I want all of you to pass, and I want you to pass with a good grade. So let's make that happen. Thank you, and I'll see you on the net.